Hello, friends. Welcome to All Things Divine. I am your host, Ericka. And as you know, it's still March and it is still Women's History Month. So it's a special month. Now, our community, that's also known as the Divine Tribe, is here so that you feel safe and secure, deeply centered and grounded within your home. Your home is also your mind, body, spirit, soul, and environments. You are welcomed, accepted, and honored in our space, and together we will heal and grow our sacred space of home. We will have a theme each month of our season, and this month our theme will be TVG. That is thriving, vibing, and growing. But in order to do that, we must work on our foundation of our home. So this month, we will do some deep soul work so that we can repair or build from scratch the foundation of our homes, our mind, body, spirit, soul, and environments. Before we get started, I would like to personally thank everyone for sending their condolences. It is so kind that you took the time to just send your love. Obviously, this is still going to be a long process, but I really and truly do thank you for your kind words, your love, and your support. So thank you so much, friends. Can we talk about the fact that I'm an ambassador for comfort clothing? I love this brand and I love their slightly weighted tranquil hoodie that helps with anxiety and stress. It is so comfortable and soft, and my favorite place to wear it is in the airport because that's when I get the most anxiety. But honestly, it's my go-to hoodie. I love it so much that I got the sweats and I got it in other colors. Now let me drop a little tea. They are having a 60% off sale right now. And I want to give you a little extra off because, you're my friends and we share things. So head over to comfort.com and use my code ErickaD15 to get an additional percentage off your purchase. The details will be in the description. As promised, I am here with Monday's episode. It's delayed, but at least it's not delayed from the regularly delayed schedule that I set due to me traveling over the weekend. Okay, now, did that even make sense? Because it did to me, so we're just going to roll with it. But y'all, right now, it is well past midnight. It's actually 1:16 a.m. and I should be sleeping, but here I am talking to my friends. And honestly, I have a set schedule for what each episode will be this month, but I also let the spirit guide me. So I am sure that you've already noticed as of Monday that the show topic, they've slightly changed. Today is going to be no different. And the Monday that I'm talking about is obviously today, and then not last Monday. I guess I would have to say Friday. So Friday, I'm sure you noticed that the topic was different than what I advertised. So I'm just going to roll with it because I'm all about divine timing. And if you allow the spirit to move you, I know that wonderful things can happen. So we have been doing some serious work so far this month. We are working on the foundation of our homes. No home is built, nor does a home last without a solid foundation. And before we get really deep into what I'm going to talk about, just know it's 1 a.m. and it's, I live in the city, so you are going to hear trains, police cars. You might even hear someone screaming outside because that definitely happens at least once a week. So I just want to give that disclaimer and then we're going to jump right back into it. So where I left off is saying that no home is built, nor does a home last without a solid foundation. So that's why we have been focusing on our foundation of our homes this month. Now, with the work that we have done so far, some of you may be struggling with illusion versus reality. You're trying to heal from things. You may be doing awesome work, but then something just creeps up in your mind and it makes you feel awful. Can I just say, this? It makes you feel like shit. So what is an illusion? Well, it's a false idea or conception, belief or an opinion not in accord with the facts. So it is not on one accord with what is reality and what is true. It's a false perception, conception, or interpretation of what one sees, where one is, etc. It is the misleading image resulting in such a false impression. And the psychology term is that it is a perception as a visual stimuli that represents what is perceived in a way different from the way it is in reality. So basically, it kind of fluffed it up and made it a little bit more fancy, the psychology version, but it's basically what I said. It's an illusion. So let me stop here after saying all of that. Let me stop here and say this. This episode is not about dealing with a narcissist or someone with narcissistic traits. As you know, that type of personality operates primarily in illusions. Hello, has anyone heard the TikTok series, Who the F Did I Marry? Now, I don't try to diagnose people, but I would say that he had a strong trait of narcissism. But again, that is not me diagnosing him. I do not know the ex-husband. That is just an opinion. I have not met with him. He is not a client. I want to throw that out there. I got to throw that disclaimer out there as well. But also there is confusion because some people feel that only narcissists create illusions, and that is not true. Manipulators do as well. But unfortunately, this episode is not about that. But let me know if you'd like to hear an episode in the future about healing from having to deal with that personality, or if you are still having to deal with that personality, how to navigate it. That might be my next episode. Who knows? But don't say you need healing and your intent is to heal just enough to go right back to that personality. Because remember what I said in the last episode, 24 to 48 business hours, you will be hollering and crying again, child. Seek Jesus Heaven Made is a brand that strives to provide high quality Christian apparel for believers and followers of Christ. They have the most affordable and comfortable active and leisure clothing. Now, their mission is to spread the gospel of Christ throughout the world while supporting those on the mission field. And a portion of all sales are donated towards several mission fields. Dedicated to serve and spread the gospel around the world, they want your clothing to start a conversation. Visit them at seekjesus.co. So, moving on. The illusion that I am talking about, and this is a good example that I'm about to give. You are doing great inner work. You start feeling good. You have revealed your bruises and you've dealt with them. You identified your dark clouds and shadows. You're feeling amazing. As Kris Jenner would say, you're doing amazing, sweetie. But then, ... or should I go dun dun dun? An event may happen that triggers illusions such as, I'm not good enough, or I'll never have this. And even you may be eating right. Let's say you're eating right and something happens and then you start emotionally eating. You're triggered in some way. So I want to validate your feelings right now. And I also have to be a friend and let you know that that is an illusion. It's not true, because you are worthy. You can have what your heart desires. You are worthy to be healed and to have the things that aren't out of your reach. You are enough. You just have to do the work and have faith, and you have to be consistent. I can't even stress how important it is to be consistent. Now, I was talking to a friend over the weekend, and it was a hard conversation. And one thing that I told her is that it is always good to process an illusion. You can immediately do dark cloud and shadow work to get to the root of where this is coming from. And you simply process it the way you did before, the way that it was taught in the previous episode. What are your dark cloud emotions, and what are you feeling? What is the shadow? Where did you first feel that emotion? Another example could be a breakup. You did everything you could to hold that relationship together. Child, you tried everything. You were good and true, but it ended. So now you're beating yourself up and you just feel like you just didn't do enough and that you suck. Now that is a complete illusion. Unless you really did do something ratchet, and then that's why the relationship ended. Now I can't take up for you if that happened. I can't try to create an illusion and make you feel like you did great if you did something really bad. But I will ride in the sidecar with you and we will process that if that ever happens. So with the example that I just gave about the breakup, you did everything you could, you were good, you were true, but it ended. And you just feel like shit. This is an illusion. And another reason why it's so good to journal, because if you have a situation like this, you have to stop and realize what is happening. If you sit in an illusion for too long, all of your hard work may stop, or, it'll either stop or just cause us to procrastinate. And I'm going to go ahead and raise my hand right now because I've had both of those things happen. Just doing this podcast, it's been challenging because I had a lot of illusions that popped up. I was embarrassed to hear my voice on streaming. I felt like the podcast would suck. I didn't think that anyone would just give a shit about what I had to say. Those were illusions that delayed me for about 1.5 years. I had to do some serious work. I sat in those illusions, and again, there was delay. My self-esteem went all the way down from just sitting in those illusions, and it affected me in other areas of my life. So, it's okay to recognize your illusion. Tell yourself what is true. Example, no, I loved that partner. I took a lot from them. I told myself I would give it my all, and I know I did. That is the truth from the example that I gave before with the failed relationship. I'll repeat this. Recognize your illusion and tell yourself what is true. No, I loved that partner. I took a lot from them, meaning I took a lot of their shit. I told myself I would give it my all, and I know 100% that I did. That is the truth. And if you want to go a little deeper with that, once you tell yourself the truth, go ahead and let's do some dark cloud emotions. What were the dark cloud emotions when you gave it your all? Because the relationship did fail. So did you feel sad, rejected, even though you were giving it your all? I mean, that's going to very quickly let you line up with what reality is. And it's going to help you recognize that that was not a good environment for you. So as Nene Leakes would say, bye wig, bye relationship. So another example is you're eating right for 2 weeks. Like you are doing the damn thing. And then you start a crash of emotional eating for 2 days. I may or may not be talking about myself, but let's say that happens. And it happened because an event happened that triggered you. So you feel like you failed and you're just like, oh my gosh, you're so down on yourself. You're like, I suck. I can't believe that I couldn't even hold it together. I failed. That's an illusion. You did not fail. You're doing good. You have started eating healthy. You took a 2-day break and now you're hopping back on to your healthy lifestyle. That is the truth. You did not fail. Now, okay, again, we're friends, so I can be 100 with you guys. If you have a scenario like that, and let's say that you fell off the horse, you crashed out and it's longer than 2 days, let's say it's 2 years, I would probably say, I don't know if I would tell you that you failed, but I would say, well, there's a lot of areas of opportunity. So illusions that cause regression. Now, if there's a repeated pattern, we can't keep using that as an excuse like, well, you did good, but you're going to get right back on. Because again, it is good to get back on the horse, as one of my best friends says. She's like, we will ride again tomorrow. That's what she says. But it's not in an unhealthy habit. You know how you feel when you have an illusion surface. You will start to notice those dark cloud emotions with that illusion. And if feeling unworthy causes you to emotionally overeat, you will become aware of this because, again, we're doing the work. We're going deep. And if you can start small, if you want to get up and eat, let's say that something happened and you want to emotionally eat, get up and make a salad. Okay, you want to eat again? You're going through it, get up and eat a banana and an orange. Now, this is a really good way to trick your mind, your conscious and subconscious mind, to get rid of that unhealthy habit that is being created by an illusion. So your mind is telling that you want to eat. And, now sometimes my mind does tell me like, girl, go ahead and get some Popeyes, even though I don't even eat chicken on the bone. But my mind, it plays tricks with you. Y'all know, don't act like I'm the only one that this happens to, okay? We are friends, we are being honest, and we are being transparent. But what I've started to do, especially with the transition of my friend, when I feel like I want to emotionally eat, then I get up, I make a salad. I get up, I have a banana and an orange. Well, I don't have any bananas, but I did eat the rest. I ate those oranges. I had mandarin oranges. I love them, by the way. I had an orange and okay, I want to eat again. Fine. I'm going to see if I can put a little sugar in my body. I'm going to make a turkey sandwich. And I have mine plain. They're very boring. It's just turkey, mayo, and bread. That's it. So I'm not ordering fried foods. I'm not getting a bunch of junk foods. Now, since I went ahead and just threw myself under the bus and ran over myself by telling my business, I will say that, I did, just from traveling, I did have, like, Funyuns, like on the road, just, it was just traveling, okay? I just wanted some Funyuns. So I did have that, just from going from my mother's house to my best friend's house, one of my best friend's homes. I grabbed Funyuns, possibly some candy. I needed something, but now that I'm back here and I'm starting to process more emotions and at home, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do this to myself. So that's why I'm saying this is a very good way to trick your mind. So let's recap. If you have an illusion, validate your feelings by acknowledging the dark cloud emotions. Once you've done all of that, tell yourself what the truth is with that illusion. So then we can go deeper. You find your shadows. You find where you first experienced that emotion, that shadow. You heal it and move forward. And that is called getting to the root. And that is called doing work on the foundation of our home, our mind, body, spirit, soul, and physical environment. So, Thank you, everyone, again for your love and support. Have an excellent week, and I will see you again on Friday.